And good morning, I think. Crap, I thought we were 5 minutes early. Turns out I scheduled this for 9 instead of 9:30. So we are 25 minutes late, not 5 minutes early. Dang it. Oh well. Flies when you're having fun. Good morning, everyone. Anyone? Hopefully people are out
Hello.
there.
Do you want to check my gain or my level or?
It all is the same from yesterday, so we should be good on that. I'm getting ready to put the
That's cool.
chat on the big screen.
Look out, baby girl. Oh, I apologize for all the groaning. Today is not a good pain day. It's the first time that we had been on the road for a while after the procedures. So I thought it would be expected. Hey, no. I'm not even ready yet.
Hello. Is there anybody out there?
Man,
Just yell if you
got too much
can.
junk.
Is there anybody home?
Picacho
Hey,
Peak
good morning,
is,
Augusto. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. You can see Picacho Peak out the windshield.
Yeah, through all the haze and dust.
It's the one off between the two telephone poles in the distance that's looks like it's out by itself. The little humps. It is a bit hazy.
Nim. You've had your coffee.
Changed up the format of the on-screen display a little bit. We got a wider map and we got a little bit more telemetry data. We had ChemPip Oregon was using our stream yesterday to teach a little bit, so I figured I'd give her a little more data to teach with. Maybe that'll help. Everything is super dusty.
Oh. Welcome to the desert.
Yep.
I don't
Also a
know
little furry.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the bottom of my shoes. These are brand new. I put them on one day before we left Vegas, and that's how dirty just walking around asphalt is here in the desert. I think it's because they don't get a lot of rain, so brake dust and other things, pollutants, just kind of linger.
Yep.
Linger's a good word. Linger.
You have to let it linger.
Linger. I
Looks
feel
like we are 3 hours 11 minutes from our final stop. We'll probably stop in Wilcox and just top up the fuel before we start heading down towards
Rodeo.
Rodeo. It's not fancy like Rodeo, it's just Rodeo.
I don't know. With the view, it's pretty fancy.
Okay. Otherwise, I think we're good to go.
Yeah. He did the walk around.
I did the walk around, yep. Got all the slides in, jacks are up.
We did have a bit of drama this morning. Apparently the
The P-trap.
The P-trap in the sink
Under the bathroom sink had vibrated loose in the drive yesterday, and we did not catch it until we started to
use the sink
and saw water in the floor. So I spent a lot of time this morning mopping up all the water and cleaning up. Oh, I forgot to check. Did we leave the cabinet door open? I meant to, so it would dry out better.
No,
Probably
I don't
not.
think it is.
Oh well. If you end up back there at some point, we can look into that more.
Yeah, I don't feel like today's pain level is going to allow me to climb across the bed.
That's all right. I just meant to leave it open so it would dry out quicker while we were traveling.
I have no idea how to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm going this way because
Looks like the truck exit is over here.
Okay.
Head towards the Burger King.
Head west toward North Sunland Gin Road. In 400 feet, turn left onto North Sunland Gin Road.
I'll let Mom know where.
We are mobile.
Take the next left onto North Sunland Gin Road.
Man, I really thought we were 5 minutes ahead of schedule. And then I realized I had set it for 9 a.m., not 9:30, so we were 25 minutes late instead.
Alrighty, well, you know. Some of the fun is in the wait.
Builds
Not really.
anticipation.
Yeah, anticipation.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto the I-10 East ramp to Tucson.
Oop, I'm running it.
Oh.
Shit. Oops.
Okay.
Can you chuck that over there for me? Danke. That was an unplanned error on my part.
Any idea what that clunking noise is over here from the door? Can you hear it? Sounds like somebody beating on a coconut. Like a...
I don't hear it at all.
Turn left onto the I-10 East ramp. In a quarter mile, merge onto I-10 East.
All right, here we go.
We're off like a dirty shirt.
Let's hope so. Go lay down, baby girl.
Oh. Come on, Fee. Come on. You can do it. Come on.
Continue on I-10
Oh,
East for
or go get
183
Daddy.
miles.
Come on.
Oh.
The GPS we used to have in here would say continue en route once you had completed a turn or something, but it wasn't enunciating very well. So it sounded like it said continue on route. So,
It's a habit we picked up that
yeah.
oh, this car up here is,
Yeah, I see him.
I don't know if he's trying to get back on the road or
Looks like he's just driving on the shoulder.
he probably can't go any faster than that.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, if that's the top speed, if something's
Well, yeah,
wrong.
if he's in limp mode or
Yeah.
something.
What is that?
Was what?
You don't hear that rattle?
This rattle? Yeah, it's the window rattles a little bit from time to
Okay.
time.
I think because the tires are so much, quieter.
You're hearing other things?
Yeah,
Could be.
it's weird. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Hey, morning,
The
Jeff.
new data camera presentation is really nice. Awesome. Glad
Cool.
you like it.
Yeah, very, very glad.
He tinkered about with it last night while I watched The Witcher. I love that show. I'm late to the party, so but hope everybody had a good night, afternoon, whatever time it might be for you. Yes, Emma. Yeah.
So up ahead to the right, just off the right side of the road, looks like, behind the sign right now, but coming out here in a moment, is Picacho Peak. It is the site of the last
And
only Civil War battle. What is it, west of the Mississippi?
West of the Pecos.
West of the Pecos.
It involved, I cannot remember if it's 7 or 14 soldiers, and it lasted all of like 4 hours. But it happened after the Civil War was over. Nobody got the memo out here.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
What happened?
No, it's on. It's. I'll get it. Just...
I don't know if that's a bug or a crack in the windshield now.
Over on your side?
No, just right of the.
Oh, it is
or
a crack.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah, because a rock hit it just a second ago. I heard a tink.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll have to get some. Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Kim Pick Borgen. Glad you like the new layout. Yeah, it's. I put all the extra data up there in case you wanted to use it for your homeschooling. The rate of climb, the altitude, the lat and long. Didn't know if any of that would be helpful in your educative efforts.
Looks like they're got the rig back together enough. They're going to drive up the 101 to Solvang.
Nice. Hey,
I
good morning,
always wanted
Red
to
Jaguar.
drive the 101, but I think our
We've
rig
been on
is
segments of it, but not with the rig.
not with the rig.
At least not intentionally.
Do we have a kit, and would it help for something like that crack, or?
I do. I have a. It might marginally help. Down cushion.
Bitte.
Roadrunner.
Okay, you're fine. Nails, ow.
Oh, that went a little far, but whatever.
Now, this is much better. They're polarized. Oh.
Sunshine Boulevard, living up to its name today. Oh, looks like we went through a little dead spot there for just half a minute. Dang, we could have had Denny's breakfast, honey.
No, we couldn't. Back there was a sign that said variable speed limit corridor. So
Yeah.
that's what I think happened the other day, where it went to 65 for about a mile, and then
No,
dropped
those
back
were
down.
permanent signs. The variable speed limits are adjustable, like this one coming up here.
Oh. I thought they did it for like traffic control. Like you get used to 75 and they drop it down for X amount of time, and
That's called a speed trap, but no. I'm goofing. It is to help with traffic flow control. So if there's
a backup or a dust
well,
storm.
yeah, a backup or dust storm or something, or an event going on, they may slow traffic down to help alleviate, like, not bumper to bumper stop congestion or something.
Red Jag sinus infections are no fun. Michael and I, we get them frequently.
Well, we at least get sinus congestion frequently.
Yeah.
I think I've only had one sinus infection since I had the balloon dilation of my sinuses. Definitely hazy out there this morning.
Yep.
Again, that's Picacho Peak off the right-hand side of the road that you can see up ahead. There's a Picacho Peak State Park there that has a campground. And then there's also Picacho Peak RV Resort, I guess is what it's called, if I remember right. But it's, we didn't know, we booked into it. And when we got there, we found out it was a 55 and over park, but they let us stay because we didn't have any kids, I guess. And we seemed responsible enough. But we only stayed a few days or a week. Yeah, it's got a lot of long terms. But we only stayed for a week or so, if I remember right, because once we got there, we found out they don't accept any packages. And to receive anything, you have to have it mailed to the post office, and then you go to the post office to pick it up. Not even UPS or FedEx.
Wasn't nearby either, so.
Yeah, it was like an exit or two down the interstate. And then, on top of all that, it had very little cell signal, which reminds me, we might drop out once we get to that area, but we were only getting about 10 megabit down, and they were like, oh, well, you can buy access to high-speed wireless, because they have a wireless internet service provider. I go, oh, okay, great. So I called them up, and it was like $60 or $70 a month, and it was still only 10 megabit down. I'm like, okay, no, that's not going to happen. So we ended up leaving early by 3 weeks. I think we had planned on being there a month.
Yeah. It did make a nice drive for me to go into Tucson to get, I got some audio book done and went into, what is the name of the mountain range? It's just east of, it starts with a C, I think, but there's, well off the interstate back at the edge of the mountain, there's a little olive oil vinegar shop, and that's where I discovered Gravenstein apple balsamic vinegar, which
was pretty tasty.
It is. It makes for a great salad, and
it's also really good on caprese.
Yes, very good.
For those that may be just joining, my apologies for being late this morning. I thought we were 5 minutes early, and then once I was ready to click go live, I realized we had set it for 9 a.m. instead of 9:30. And time got away from us a little bit this morning. We had the P-trap bounced its way off on the rear bathroom sink, and didn't notice it until we had a floor full of water. So spent some cleanup efforts this morning. Otherwise, we probably would have been on time.
Probably not.
Maybe not. Who knows?
It's a better view of Picacho.
Yep. Yeah, it's looming large in the video.
The other thing is the darker little mound that you can see right at the bottom of Picacho.
Behind the truck now.
Yeah, behind the truck. And there's another one on the left side of the screen, but it's smaller. Yep. Those are just where lava just sort of raised up through, not really a volcano, but
lava heave.
And yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, the RV park here that we tried to stay at, it didn't have anything on their website about being a 55 and over park or anything.
Yeah.
Peloton, in case you need an overpriced exercise bike. I don't know that they're overpriced. They seem expensive to me.
Oh, was that the one where the commercial where
Yes.
the husband gave that for an anniversary present or
Or
something?
Christmas gift, yeah. I think it was a
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
gift to his girlfriend or something.
I think for New Year's I'd have been getting a lawyer.
Yeah, there were a lot of memes sparked off of that, which is honestly the only reason I even know what the Peloton brand is, because I'd never heard of it before.
Well, I guess it's at least the advertisement.
It did generate some brand awareness, yeah. Had a very impatient vehicle back there. Hey, good morning, Mark. Lava, burning love. Yeah. Yeah, so the RV park will be coming up here on the right just after we pass this exit.
There's also an unfortunate roadside petting zoo.
Oh, yeah. That's
They have ostriches, and so that's...
They have animals that aren't really desert animals.
Yeah, like ostriches are, that's okay desert-wise, but they also have a kiddie pool that has stingrays in it, which is
And
the middle of the desert.
And there's also a panhandler. When you come down this exit and turn left to go to the fuel stops over here, there's a panhandler that sits right across the T, so that as you drive up, you're facing them, and
His sign is ran out of gas.
Yeah, ran out of gas, need help, God bless, something like that. Fairly typical. But the panhandler, we've been through this area and stopped in this area multiple times, and they've been there every single time over the last 3 or 4 years. So, yeah. It's a nice shtick, but I guess if you're not a local, you probably don't realize it, and you can be...
Well, it's frustrating, the people that are doing that as their employment, like the person that you met in D.C.,
Yep.
He had a day job.
He worked at the Pentagon.
Yeah, worked at the Pentagon.
And was panhandling on the weekends. And evidently made $60,000 a year tax-free panhandling on the weekends. Panhandling. I don't know if I said that right the first time. Anyway.
Mark said he's definitely out of gas.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that's Arnie or Annie.
Arnie.
Good morning, Arnie.
Hi, Arnie in Colorado.
Colorado. We dig Colorado.
Yeah, we enjoy that area. We're not really skiers, though, so we don't go up there in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So, Mark, how's the stream look on your end this morning? I know you were having some issues seeing it yesterday. And is Rudy enjoying looking at the kitty cats this morning?
Sorry for all the crinkling. It's about time for me to put some food in my stomach. Hello, Miss Thing. Mark says audio's been fine, video has been mostly smooth.
Okay, good. We do have a few little blips here every now and then where the video or where the signal isn't great, so big city coming up here is going to be Tucson. Not nearly as problematic traffic-wise as Phoenix, but still.
Hi, Twyla. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I had to take a break when I wasn't chewing.
Good morning, Twyla. How are you this morning?
Tucson is also a big hub for craft fairs, gemstones,
And astronomy.
and astronomy.
There's at least 2 astronomy shops there. One of them,
Star Arizona.
Star Arizona, deals in, I think they do some used stuff as well, but mostly new devices, new parts. And then there's another shop that is almost exclusively used, or a large portion of it's used, and I can never remember the name of it.
I don't know.
It's where I bought my first Lunt solar scope.
And Lunt is here. We
Yes,
actually
Lunt.
toured the factory.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I love it.
Lunt is basically, so it used to be Coronado was here, and they made solar scopes. Solar scopes meaning the telescope is designed to look at the sun and only the sun. And Coronado was sold to Meade, and Meade moved the manufacturing to Mexico. So, and then they made everyone here that left the company because they didn't want to go to Mexico, or because they lost their job since everything went to Mexico. They made everyone here sign a non-compete.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Ooh, a speed trap ahead. Sign a non-compete that lasted a couple of years or something. As soon as the non-compete was done, all the former employees here that used to work for Coronado, they started Lunt and started making Lunt solar scopes, which arguably are a little higher quality than Coronado in most circles. It probably goes back and forth a little bit, but the manufacturing is all done here as well as the design and everything. So Lunt are made right here in Tucson, and back a couple of years ago we came in to have them look at my solar scope because I had an oddity with it, and it turned out that a development part had gotten shipped out with mine by accident, and it was a part that they wondered where it went because they were still working with it. So when I brought it in, they swapped it out with a production part, and everything was good to go then. But we got to tour the production and see where they grind all the glass and assemble everything and machine the barrels and the clamps and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
And we were able at the time to buy some Lunt swag that wasn't actually available to anybody but employees.
Yeah, so we have a Lunt shirt, I do, and a Lunt hat that has a drape over the back so that while you're out solar observing, you don't get sunburn on the back of your neck. Unfortunately, within a couple of years, the sun has become practically dormant. It's not very active at all right now, so it's what's called a solar minimum. When I got it, it was really active, and it had a lot of cool views.
Yeah. We did no, you used regular film when the Transit of Venus, right? We didn't have the Lunt then.
Yeah, we did Transit of Venus with the regular, and then we did Transit of Mercury with the Lunt, and then we did the totality August 2017 eclipse. I had the Lunt solar scope then.
Yeah, we were in Glendo, Wyoming for that.
Yep. And that worked out real well. I got actually lucky. I got a transit of the ISS across the disk of the sun while
During
the eclipse.
Yeah.
During the eclipse. So it was really cool. I was not planning that and did not expect it at all. So it was very exciting to go back and review and find that.
And as you would, expect with Michael, there were some just not really astronomers or amateur astronomers, but just the general public, and they were parked all around us. So Professor, I cannot talk today. Professor Michael was in full swing out there showing everybody, and me, I was just sitting in my camp chair enjoying.
Yeah, I had all my captures going through computers, so you could look at the computer screen and see what was going on. A little bit more detail than what the solar glasses would let you see.
I got a thumbs up from Mom. So she's aware, they're aware that
Okie doke.
although it's Saturday, they may have gone driving around doing their little
Yep.
explore. With the pandemic, a lot of habits have changed, and one of the things that Michael's parents have adapted was to just go for a wandering drive. They've, got extra time, and last time we talked to them, Mom said we've been down roads that we've never been down in the county, and
Yeah, they
seeing
never
all
knew
kinds of
existed.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, we found a few things last summer when we were there. I found a Tibetan yak ranch. They're not open to tours, but we drove the tiny little road and took some pictures.
You can definitely see them from the road.
Oh yeah, big woolly mammoth size things there. You don't realize how large some animals are until you see them in person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that was the same drive that we went to Broke Leg Falls,
Yep,
which was pretty cool.
that was.
It was actually really cool.
Come on, Boo. Come on.
It had been a really popular attraction there, but got destroyed by a tornado some years back and was slowly getting rebuilt. What the heck? Oh,
What?
he's on that side now. That was weird.
Huh?
The U-Haul there, he was right on our butt for a while, and then I moved over thinking I'd just let him pass.
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved over, he dropped way back, so I came back over to the middle because there was a car stopped on the side. And then he was back on my butt again. Then he was over there.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be passing, and I look again, and he was gone, and he went all the way to the right-hand lane. So I don't know what exactly his issue is.
He doesn't know how to drive a box van,
Could be.
which is common.
Yep.
People rent. Are you coming or no? Come on. Oh, scaredy cat.
Scaredy dog.
There you go. Lay down. Oh, Emma. Lay down, Fee. Come on, lay down. I lost track of time this morning. I was looking for my Friday pills.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, lay down. You're fine, lay down. There's plenty of lap there.
Can you guys hear us okay this morning? Everything going well? There's also several observatories around here. University of Tucson, or University of Arizona Tucson.
I think so, yeah.
They run like Kitt Peak, right?
And I think there's one at Mount Lemon as well.
Yeah. And then there's also
I think it's a radio at Mount Graham. Is that one a radio?
I'm not sure. Stop. And then there's one for people to bring their scopes and set up as part of the Tucson Astronomy Club, if I remember right. And it's also somewhat operated by the University of Arizona, or maybe it's just a lot of people from University of Arizona use it. That's over in Sunazona, which is consequently where Mark has his telescope stuff set up. It was over in Sunazona, not at the Tucson Astronomy Club, but
TAC.
close to it. Yeah, TAC. But
Twyla
close to
says
it.
it's great and she likes the new format.
Cool. I'm glad you do.
How's your weekend going, Twyla? Oh, we got lots of.
I'm guessing there's going to be some horsing.
It's a rodeo. There's a lot of rodeos down here.
Yeah. Lots of people horsing around.
Yep.
That was uncalled for, buddy.
Jeffrey says all is okay with stream except the focus gets bad periodically, likely due to partial dropouts causing momentary low bandwidth. Just a guess.
Okay. Is it the whole video gets a little blurry looking, defocused looking, or is it only the camera out the front? Because the camera out the front does have autofocus, so it may be trying to adjust or something.
Katie's there for the weekend and she's out with Petey sighting his crossbow.
Okay, Jeffrey, thanks. Yeah, that's definitely a bandwidth thing then. I do see on the graph periods of drops in the upload speed, so that's almost certainly what's going on. Even with 4 antennas direct connected to the cellular gateways and then 5 cellular connections aggregated together, we're still getting a little bit of dropout every now and then. It is the desert Southwest after all, not exactly a highly populated area.
Yeah. And generally the population don't care about high speed. They've got other things that take up their time. If I could physically handle all the bumps and the tension that you have to use in your muscles to stay on, I would probably be out riding a horse right now. That's one thing I really miss. When my parents moved to Carlsbad, my mom rehomed her quarter horses with friends, and the male quarter horse, Doughboy, he ended up going to a therapy ranch where people with mental disabilities or PTSD, I don't think he worked with physical disabilities. It was all former, vets and whatnot. So he got a good home, but that was, I think the last time I actually went for a ride was
On Doughboy?
Well, I didn't ride Doughboy. I rode one of Kathy's horses. We were married, but you were out to sea.
Yep.
So 20 years plus. Actually, no. When I worked at Bluebird Gap.
Did you ride a horse there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Data. I would just climb up on him with no saddle, and we'd just wander around the yard. He was an old boy. He was pushing 30 when I worked there, and I think he made it to like 38. So he was well taken care of. It was an animal rescue farm that got started. It was an actual farm, and the city built up around it. And when the elder owner couldn't handle it anymore, his family donated the whole farm to the city, and it was just like an experiment in agriculture for the local college. And animal control officers would pick up things or critters that couldn't be released, or
animals that weren't supposed to be pets in that area.
They had a cougar. There was a wolf hybrid there.
A couple of snakes.
Lots of snakes and
Some prey birds.
yeah, raptors. There were 2 mute swans. One was a male and very territorial. I just cannot talk today. So, yeah, it was an adventure.
Oh, somebody got turned around.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's weird.
Spun out or
Well, yeah, not only did they spin out, but all the doors are open and there's no one there. So I'm guessing
yeah.
a little fear of immigration control.
Yeah, we ran into that. We were coming back from New Mexico, and we had pretty much everything we owned in a pickup truck with a trailer and my car packed to the brim.
A U-Haul trailer.
U-Haul
not
trailer.
an RV trailer.
And we were, I want to say in Alabama, and we witnessed a car crash, and a truck went off the road. It kind of was at an angle, would have
Down
to
into
be
the woods,
into
off
the
the
woods.
road.
You know, definitely have to be pulled out of there. And there was one gentleman that was hurt and bleeding.
Well, we stopped to render aid.
Right.
We had first aid kits
And yeah, I think out of a pickup truck full of people, it was
there were maybe two people left. Yeah.
And they were like, we saw them before the accident, and they were in the bed of the truck. And the gentleman that I had, given some gauze and was talking to him, he was terrified and kept saying La Imigra, which is immigration. And it's heartbreaking what undocumented, there you go, what undocumented people have to go through in this country. It's okay.
So just coming into the edge of Tucson now. Man, barely actually, not even according to the map.
No, this is like Coronado or something. This is where on my drive from Tucson, I got off here and went straight towards the mountain range and then south into Tucson.
Huh.
And then I got groceries and came back home. Get your tail wet.
You don't want to know, Mom.
It doesn't smell, so
Probably just grooming.
that, or because she likes to go under my desk, under my chair, and that's where the water bowl is.
Yeah.
So
That's a possibility. There are lots of RV dealerships in this area. Lots and lots of them between Phoenix and Tucson. Just about every manufacturer you can think of is represented at one or another.
oh my goodness. Kitty chin scrunches.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
was not a good day yesterday. I had trouble sleeping and just the
Residual pain from all the
yeah.
vibration.
And this morning, my pain doctor gave me a prescription for the 5% lidocaine patches, and the samples that she gave me were thicker and softer and more comfortable to
And
wear.
cloth back.
Yeah, cloth back, so they didn't catch on a lot of stuff. And I just opened one from the prescription, and it's plastic and crinkly and didn't stick very well. So I really miss lidocaine infusions. Watch out for those Arizona lane shifts.
No doubt.
Shit.
A little bit of road work.
Yeah, but not like Vegas.
No. I think Vegas is taking advantage of the lull in tourist activity.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's always been a lot of construction, especially on our side of town where it's booming and they're building everything up.
Yeah.
So they've got to get the utilities dug up and put in. And,
Improve the infrastructure.
yeah. So tell us the story, Michael.
Story about a man named Jed. Poor hillbilly barely kept his family fed.
Sure. That was
And
your
one day
neighbor,
he was
right?
shooting at some food. Yeah, probably. Shooting at some food. Up come the ground came a bubbling brook. Oil, that is. Oh.
Like the mattress warehouse back there was going out of business.
I mean, people don't want to come lay on mattresses and try them out in the showroom during a pandemic.
Not when they can get them shipped to their house with a 120-day warranty or guarantee.
Trial period. So let's see, what else did we get done while we were in Vegas? Oh, one thing we didn't get done, oil change and chassis lube and filters and all that fun stuff. I tried twice and both times fell through.
We had the Tesla worked on.
Yep. The first time on the oil and lube was actually at Ted Ween's. It was really frustrating because I called to try to set up an appointment and they don't do appointments. It's first come, first serve for everything, which when you're moving your entire house to go get something done is a little unnerving.
Yeah, and you can't stay in the vehicle while they're working on it, so you got to
Yeah.
make other plans when you have pets.
Yep. So luckily our car hauler is basically like an apartment. So we had it pulled out and it has batteries and solar and everything, so it's able to run the air conditioner and all that. So they were comfortable in there. But I went and my intention was to get the tires done, then get the lube oil filters all done, and then go back. Well, while I was in line waiting to get in for the tires, I went over to the service side to let them know I was there and what I was expecting. And they basically just didn't even want to talk to me until I was done at the tire place. And then they wanted me to pull around back, and then they wanted me to leave it with them for several hours so they'd have time to get to it. And I'm like, that's not the way I work, you know. And over the phone, you said it'd be no problem to get this stuff done. And then come to find out, when I was walking around the coach with them and pointing out all the stuff I wanted done and showing them that I had the list of lube points and everything for the chassis and all that kind of stuff, they admitted they'd never lubed a chassis on an RV before, didn't really know what that entailed, didn't have the air filter that I needed. Luckily I had all the other filters, but they'd never changed a fuel filter, never done any of this stuff. And I said, okay, just cancel all of it. I'm not going to let you experiment and figure stuff out for the first time on my coach. And I need to be able to get back in a reasonable time frame. So that was the first failure. The tire change went fine. The truck side that works on tires had everything set up and ready. But the service side is the same service side that works on cars and stuff. And they just do the service on bigger vehicles as a convenience for Ted Ween's friends or whatever. So that fell through. The next one was a mobile service that is recommended by the resort there, and evidently the mobile service had worked on like the president of the homeowners or of the association there at the resort. They'd worked on his coach and he had a great experience with them and everything. So I called, left a voicemail. I used their contact form on their website, called again, left another voicemail, and that was a month before we left, and to this day I still have not heard from them. So another failure. Hey, good morning, John. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So I've just decided I'll just do it again myself like I did before. I was really hoping to just have it knocked out in a couple hours by somebody else, mostly because it was 110, 115 degrees in Vegas. But whatever.
Where the trail leads says good morning, afternoon.
Oh, hey, where the trail leads. How are you this morning, afternoon? Turn around and come help you with yard work, John. Yeah, you definitely know we miss that stuff.
I don't know why people cut their grass. They just got to cut it again.
Yeah, it just grows back. It doesn't make any sense.
I think that's what I enjoyed the most about when, growing up in Europe, the little gardens.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Instead of a lawn, they had things like flower beds and fruit and vegetables.
Where was this?
In Germany, when we lived off base when we lived at Fulda, and it was this 2-building apartment complex, and I think there were 12 apartments between the two of them, maybe 13. I think one of the attics was converted, and every house around us, they had their yards, gardens. They were useful, and then the 2 buildings, their grass was just nothing but grass. It was. Yeah, Dennis, Michael moved some stuff around last night.
Yep. Yeah, we had some recommendations about
placement.
on the stream yesterday, so it made a lot of sense to me, and I don't know why I hadn't thought of it. So adjusted things and put a little bit more telemetry data up there for ChemPip Oregon. I know they were using our stream yesterday as some geographic education, so thought maybe they could use a little more data in that effort. Otherwise, it's just cool to see. Looks like this lane is going to end up here. The far left lane, that is, not my lane.
Paul says, good morning. Is finding a good RV repair shop hard to find, or was it a time issue?
It was more of a time and convenience issue.
Yeah.
And the Ted Ween's place had told me they do all that work. And then come to find out they weren't skilled at it or knowledgeable at it at all. So that was really frustrating. It was more of they just weren't upfront about their capabilities or lack thereof.
Well,
and if they had been, I would have made other arrangements right then.
And the other problem that we ran into were in North Vegas, there were RV repair shops, but they weren't like a Jiffy Lube style. Like you brought it in when you weren't staying in it, and then they kept it and did repairs. So it wasn't.
Usually, though, for the diesel coaches like this, you can use truck repair centers. Almost all of them will work on RVs, except evidently Travel America, at least the one in Vegas, would not work on RVs, because I called them while I was getting the tires done. I was trying to find a way to get it accomplished that same day without leaving the resort again. So they didn't work on RVs at all as their company or location policy. And then another couple of places, one that actually had RV service listed on their website and had reviews from RVers. He was absolutely swamped and wouldn't have been able to get to it for 2 weeks. And I just didn't want to have to break down camp and close up the coach and take it someplace else later. Then another shop that listed RVs but had 0 reviews from RVers on any place that I could find. And basically I was going to park on the road and he was going to do it on the roadside, which didn't make me feel very comfortable. And then RV shops like La Mesa and the other RV dealers around that have service centers, they're usually booked weeks and weeks, if not months in advance. And they're notorious for not being able to, not putting the effort in to get parts or anything else in that you might need in a timely fashion. So I didn't want to deal with any of that either. So yeah, it just was a timing issue mostly, and an expectation that I was going to get it all done at the one place, and then them not really being able to do it. Yeah, part of the charms of full-time RV life, yes indeed. When your house is on wheels and your wheels need maintenance, there can be some inconvenience to it. We had a really great experience with, overall a really great experience with Cummins repair in Florida or in California when we were out there.
Yeah, that was. They were top notch and really.
The only slip up there was the person who did the scheduling didn't order the oil pan gasket in, which was really the only reason we were going. So they drained the oil only to find out they didn't have the gasket on hand. So they put their oil back in, because I run AMSOIL, which is 100% synthetic and fairly pricey. And I didn't want them to put my oil in only to have to drain it out and then me buy new oil again. So they put their oil in so we could drive back to the resort. And then when the oil pan gasket came in, we went back for that. But they were really accommodating.
And they paid for extra, like, expedited shipping.
Yeah, they really went above and beyond when they realized it was their fault. And actually, they only charged me the deduction for the warranty work. They didn't even charge me for the lube oil filter change at all. So that was, that was their apology for the mix-up on the part. So you can get good service. Most of it is at because truck repair centers, they cater to truckers who have to be on the road to make money. So when you pull in for something to get something done, usually it's quick. They get you in, they get things knocked out, and they get you back on the road. And I could have done that on this trip as well. We could have found some place in between, but I would have had to drop the car hauler, and I don't like dropping the car hauler when the car is in there. I just worry about the balance of the weight front to rear, and if the front jack is able to handle it safely, and just never had to do that, and would prefer not to have to do that. Oh, we are definitely on the other side of Tucson now.
Yep.
That TTT truck stop, I remember.
Yeah, this is the road that I take to take you to the airport when
Yep.
we were.
That was when we were staying at Benson.
Yeah, it was either a month or.
Oh, at Benson?
Yeah, I think we stayed there a couple of times.
We have, yeah.
There was one time we stayed there long term, so we had to fly.
I was doing on-site consulting for some companies and ended up having to fly out of Benson. Actually, that may have been when I flew to, maybe that was when I flew to Boston to do the training of the new team that was coming on board. Ooh, we got a lot of motorcycles coming up behind us.
Mom said that they drove through Outpost last Wednesday. They had 3 newly paved drives that look awesome, but the park was almost full to capacity. So.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still working on that.
Yeah, our original plan for the winter was to spend this week in Rodeo and then haul butt all the way across country to Tennessee, hang out with the bots in Tennessee for a couple of weeks, and then go up to Kentucky for a couple of months so we could be up there for the holidays. Out of everything that we thought of as possible issues, not a single one involved the RV park where we stay at in Kentucky being full. But that turned out to be the case. They were full of pipeline workers and full for the foreseeable future. So we're calling back every now and then just to check and see, and we're technically on a waiting list for a site. But we don't have high hopes at this point of being able to get up there for the winter, unfortunately.
Dennis says you've also got Colossal Cave south of Tucson from Adventure Game.
Yeah, that's right. There's actually, I think, a couple of little cave touristy things around. What was the state park we went to?
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, Kartchner Caverns.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like one of the most recently discovered, still, it hasn't been explored, and they're trying to keep the tours down to a certain area. So not like Mammoth Caves or Carlsbad Caverns, where it's pretty much just become a tourist hub, and there's less research and exploration than there used to be. And Kartchner there's so much they haven't found yet. So Paul says, I liked your and David's past videos.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Yeah, we definitely plan to do more of those. We've been playing around with some different software, trying to figure out what works best. It's weird with the video streaming software. There's some, like for free, this that we're using right now is OBS Studio, which is completely free and open source, which is the way I like to operate. But it's not as easy to do remote, like call-in people type stuff like David and I were doing. So we tried out a couple of different ones. One of them was a purely online thing, which worked well for the stream, because he and I were sending only our individual video up to it, and then it was the one broadcasting to YouTube and whatever else we wanted to cast to. But it's a subscription service. It's a monthly fee for using it. And I'm not extremely excited by that prospect. Then there's another piece of software called vMix, which is quite professional and has a lot of capabilities. But in order to do what we wanted to do, it's like an $800 piece of software. And I wasn't able to get it to use any of my network streaming cameras, which is annoying because it has all the settings to be able to do it. And when I put it in there, it just got one frame and then stopped in one method of using it, which is the VLC plugin. And then the direct plugin for it didn't work at all. It just said there was a stream error. And they don't seem too keen on fixing that part because that's not their target use case. And it's, it is expensive and it's Windows only. I tend to try to work in Linux as much as possible. I don't know. It just seemed neither of those solutions really seemed to fit what we were hoping for. So for now, I'm still using OBS Studio, and it works well for me for this. And I can definitely make it work for David and I doing live streams. But I don't know. We'll see. We definitely plan to do more.
Okay, so just as I was curious, the motorcycle club that just came by us.
Yep.
I was curious. Their Mongols Arizona chapter. They're the second most dangerous motorcycle clubs in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, they're like
wow,
heavily watched by the FBI. It said.
Huh.
So the last
was that their site claiming that so
the
they
FBI?
were bragging about it?
No, they weren't bragging about it.
Okay.
It was like it was Hell's Angels, Mongols.
Wow.
So yeah, don't piss them off.
No, I
wouldn't anyway. But the last time we came through this area, another large motorcycle club went by us, and I always, curious, look it up. I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast. I saw Sons of Anarchy like the rest of the planet, and so I look it up, and the one that we passed, it was Air Force vets and law enforcement officers. So it was, I felt less uneasy.
Yeah, compared to this one, that's a little bit better, or a little bit different.
Paul says the video and audio was good. One would think you were both sitting in the same room.
Yeah, it worked really well. And in Las Vegas, I had plenty of bandwidth. Here, I mean, depending on cellular, I might or might not have good bandwidth. So we'll see how it goes for our next couple of streams. I'm also going to be on the Raleigh Astronomy Club October 23rd meeting. Not sure if that's open to everyone or how exactly they do that, but I'll be talking there about the build of my astronomy shed that we're actually going to do some general upkeep on here in Rodeo. And I was also on the Astro Imaging channel on YouTube talking about the Astro Shed build. Well, come on. A lot of traffic on this little stretch.
Yeah.
Surprising amount, actually. This is between Tucson and Benson.
Well, Benson has become
Yeah.
There's a lane closure ahead.
basically a suburb of Tucson. Jeffrey, are you going to stream any work on the astronomy shed? He should.
Evidently, I should. It's going to be boring work. I really only plan to do some paint touch-up.
Like, this isn't boring?
Well, this at least has a view, you know. So the Astro Shed work is just going to be some paint touch-up. I'm going to replace one of the filters in my filter wheel with a black disc so that I can take what's called dark frames. When you're processing astrophotography, you take 3 different calibration frames along with the actual photo of whatever it is you're trying to get a picture of.
There's lots of breaks ahead.
Yeah, evidently there's a lane closure. Although, I think that was supposed to be back there, so it looks like that's clear. So yeah, one of the calibration frames is a dark frame, and that's to help remove amp glow and a little bit of the read noise. But bias frame is mostly for read noise, and then the flats are for any dust motes and imperfections in your optical train. So putting this in will let me take dark frames so I can catch hot pixels and stuff that accumulate or that occur over time. So yeah, I don't. And then I'm going to swap out the dome on my all sky camera. It's gotten really hazy, so I'm going to swap it out with a new one so I get good clear pictures of the night sky again through the all sky camera.
He wants to know if you have a video about the construction.
Well, the Astro Imaging channel video is really the best spot for that. I do have a blog post on it. It's on the Turtle Herding website. But if you want video format, the Astro Imaging channel is the one that I would point you to. It's linked from our blog as well. If you go back a couple of posts, we link to it.
You could probably set up a camera inside and do a better tour than me doing the handiwork.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I can get accomplished. The other problem, though, is I'm going to be working through the week, and I only have 1 week here to get stuff done. So if it's going to slow me down,
right.
I'm not
Paul
really...
said he did see the build video briefing you gave to the Astro Club. You posted on your blog. It was very good.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, we keep saying we're going to do more videos and make more videos, and then we just don't.
Yeah, life gets in the way. Man, I'm glad for the smoother road.
Yeah, me too. We're only 2 hours away.
Sweet. 138 miles.
A lot of people that live in the Cochise County on the east side of the mountains and Hidalgo in the Rodeo area, they drive to Tucson for big box store purchases like Costco or having to go to
Doctor's appointments or
doctor's
whatnot.
appointments, craft stores. There's some craft stores and other big box stores in Sierra Vista, which by the time you go across the mountain range and take the little side roads that it takes to get to 10 to come down and back around, it takes just as long, and you have more options in Tucson, unless there's a specific locally owned shop that you need to go to.
Looks like we got a service truck up there gumming up the works,
Yeah.
and then a couple of RVs in this slow lane.
There's a couple road gators up here crossing the canyon. I can't tell if they're just on. No, they're off the.
Okie doke.
From back
Yeah, it would
there,
be tough for me to dodge anything in the road right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the service truck got out of the way, so now the four-wheeler should be getting on down the road. And once they're out of the way, then I can get on down the road. That was unfortunate timing. Well, I'm
Incline.
pulling up the hill, yeah.
Well, doesn't look like the Loves is speeding away either.
No, so that's actually helping me look more like I'm just maintaining pace, but
I think that little silver car is a little impatient.
seems that way. It's strange back east where the speed limits rarely get above 65. Everybody is just pedal to the metal trying to get places and speeding like crazy. You get out here where the speed limit's 70, 75, 80, and you get people doing 65. It's like, I don't understand.
I think it's two parts. It's a lot of people from around here are not from around here are not used to like crazy high speed limits. And the other thing is, I think a lot of drivers, as they should be, are wary of going that fast with their vehicles because
Maybe if they're in disrepair.
Disrepair, and so it kind of gums things up.
Yep.
And in this area, there's a lot of old pickup trucks that are used to bang around the property in the backcountry, so it could go either way.
Yep.
Paul said it's because the hospitals are so far away. Yeah, don't want to get injured. I'll tell you, at least once or twice a month, the hospital life flight choppers land in the Rodeo area where the local volunteer fire department and paramedics come out and realize that this person needs to get to the hospital as soon as possible, and the helicopter comes in and gets them there. But I think it's like a $30,000 trip.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, we're making progress. Woo. Man, that truck needs to pay a little bit more attention.
Yep. Oh. Welcome to the land of frost heave.
Yep.
It's really bad in northern Arizona because they have the cold up there at Flagstaff where they get blizzards and all kinds of stuff.
Yay! Finally getting to actually get to the speed limit.
Dennis said they went to the PA over at Anima. She was good. They did blood work and had results the next day.
Nice.
That's good. When we were there, I don't want to say this last time, but the winter before, I had a migraine that was just not letting up. And about the time I called to make an appointment, it was going to be a week because they were backed up. I called to make the appointment, got it for like 5 days out. And the third day, it just miraculously went away, so I canceled. But it's good to know that it's decent care. 15-20 minutes away, that makes it easier.
Yep. Oh, hey Dennis, I have a favor to ask. I'm hoping maybe this looks odd.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
His bike broke down.
I'm hoping maybe you can let me put my evaporative cooler in the bed of your truck and you drive us out to the Astro shed so I can put it in storage out there, if you don't mind too terribly.
Otherwise, it's going to take a while to roll it in that sand.
Otherwise, I think I'll borrow a golf cart, but yeah. Maybe some cashew and turkey, if you have a dish. Yay! Oh, you almost dumped out candy.
I came prepared today.
Can lower the back door and set it in there.
Trying to keep the nose out of the...
Yeah, the nose. Danke.
Bitte.
It's coming up winter time now.
Oh,
the
yeah.
big snack bag.
Yeah, we buy them by the bulk. Sorry, I'm crinkling like crazy. The zippy top in this is not being cooperative. Hey, it's mine. Kitties don't need that kind of sodium in their life.
Probably neither do I, if
Well.
we're being accurate.
Every once in a while, these big bags go on sale on Amazon. You can get a 3-pack for $20. Oh. I think they're 12 or 14 in the store in Walmart. Poop. You need water?
Yeah, that'd be good. Top is loose.
Okay.
So I think the rate of climb is not really accurate on this. It's using the altitude readings from the GPS, and GPS altitude is notoriously inaccurate.
working on it.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Give me a second,
man, all these
or
four-wheelers
Nims.
are being pricks. Oh, I got one let me over.
Here's your drink, honey.
Just a second.
I hear you.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Dennis said Site 31 is empty now. Guess we'll have to see when we get there today where Rusty puts us. Every time we pass this Skyline Road sign, all I can think of is Skyline Chili up in the Midwest. I don't know if it's even in business anymore. I've only had it once or twice. First time was in high school when we went on a school trip up to Chicago for, I think it was a choir competition or something. Anyway, the choir director was there and it was one of his favorite things, so he took all of us up there. Bonjour, Luis. Comment allez-vous? How's Montreal doing with the pandemic? The underground city still flourishing, or is that mostly shut down? Skyline's still around. Good to hear, Paul.
Okay, come on.
The only time I've had it since high school was only a couple years ago, and I think it was a like a grocery store freezer section microwavable chili. And
No, that's not true. We had
No?
it Christmas Day when we lived in Kentucky that first year. It was
Okay.
open on Christmas Day, so
oh, okay.
we went
But
and
is
had
it
was
is it the one that has
chili on spaghetti.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's what we had.
Okay. But I'm just asking, is Skyline Chili the one that has like a cinnamon flavor to their chili? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't remember that. Second wave, COVID-19 start. Very bad news. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. coming into Benson area now, I believe.
Yep. This would be the exit you take to get to Karchner Caverns.
Yep.
And in the
And Fort Huachuca.
Yeah, and in McDonald's parking lot, there's a life-size replica of a velociraptor. For whatever reason. Oh, I didn't see it this time. Look.
Maybe it was a temporary attraction.
Maybe. So for those of us that are joining that don't know, we live full-time in our motorcoach. So
I'm Michael.
I'm Lynn-Ann.
This is Fiona.
Emma.
And Louise on the floor.
We're not traveling for fun or vacation. This is where we live. So 2020 rules still apply. We're just moving to a different location for hopefully milder winter weather and different change of scenery out the front window.
Difference in scenery, able to drive, any kind of driving stuff that we can do.
Yeah.
Gotta move over because
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
that's getting crazy.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the COVID here in the state, there's only one state that has it what they call under control, and that's Vermont. Everybody else, I think Arizona is currently
One of the
almost
worst.
there or nearly
okay.
there, and then every other state is bad. And I'm glad we left Montana when we did. When we got to Montana in June, they had like 80 cases in the state, the entire state of Montana. And this
Well,
morning,
it was still all closed down. None of the state parks were open or
Right.
anything. So
but today, when I checked, the county that we were staying in is over 760.
new cases in the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
So I think the majority of the population did not take this seriously soon enough or even at all. So we were,
Another bump, I think.
yep. Ooh. Okay, so
Yeah.
no.
Sorry. I don't know if that side's better or worse or this one is. Seemingly not. Sorry, honey.
Paul says that he thinks Skyline chili does put cinnamon.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. All right. Hopefully that's the end of the crazy rough road. Yeah, usually the left side is, but in this instance,
Oh, it was awful.
yeah, it was real bad. I don't think either side was a winner.
I did really good keeping the profanities.
Yep.
It is a scientifically proven fact that swearing helps alleviate pain.
Yep.
And I don't know why I'm in so much pain, because I swear a whole lot.
You'd think you'd be completely pain-free at this point.
You'd think I would be. I swear like a hockey player.
I swear like a sailor.
Well, you are a sailor.
Well, I've been. Close enough, I guess.
You were once a seaman twice.
3 times.
You were born twice and then you were on a boat?
No. I was a seaman in the Navy, got promoted, got demoted, became a seaman again, and then promoted again.
I was just like, all Navy people are seamen.
Oh. No, seaman is a rank, so.
Oh, I did not know that.
E3 in the Navy is a seaman.
So what's an E2 or E1 or?
I don't know. I was never one of those, so I don't recall.
So it's kind of like private first class.
Yeah.
Specialist.
So seaman is E3, and then petty officer 3rd class, then petty officer 2nd class, petty officer 1st class, and then chief.
I never did pay attention to the Navy ranking. It just.
We had a girl in our nuke school whose last name was Burns, so she was Seaman Burns, which seems unfortunate.
Yeah.
And we also had, I don't think it was a girl, I think it was a guy whose last name was Swallows, so Seaman Swallows. It's just, yeah, anyway.
That's unfortunate when they're doing last name first.
Yeah.
Swallows, seaman. I don't know that they do that.
No, they don't.
It's always intriguing to me how even in the United States, the different branches have different words.
Nomenclature.
Well, yeah, there's like, you've got Navy base and Army post. And when you're in Europe, it's Kaserne. Well, when you're in Germany, it's Kaserne. So when you go on to, well, we called it post as well as Kaserne, but yeah. Hey, don't forget to stop and see the thing. Yeah.
Right.
I unfortunately paid to see that when the first time we came to Benson. And it's just some poor soul that got buried in the desert and mummified. They make it all like, is it an alien? What is it?
Well, of course. Otherwise, nobody'd come pay to see it.
Right. Oh, and I got a free soft drink with my ticket price.
Ooh.
Fancy. Yeah, it was like basically it was a $4 soda. But they did have a lot of Native American jewelry made in China.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hour and a half left, 110 miles.
It's going to take us a little longer than an hour and a half because we're going to stop in Wilcox and fuel up.
Yep. Oh, can you start looking at
Fuel prices.
Yeah. The thing? Tell everyone. I think we told
We just
everyone
did.
just now.
Save your money. Oop, nope.
Aliens versus dinosaurs at the thing. You'll be amazed that it's not aliens or dinosaurs.
No, there are dinosaur fossils.
Oh, okay.
Well, apparently we passed Benson, had 246, and
Not
Wilcox.
liking the sound of this.
Yeah, and Wilcox isn't showing up. Let me see if Lordsburg is.
So we may skip refueling until after.
Yeah.
That's fine. We got loads of fuel. I mean, I think we could technically make it all the way to Fredericksburg, Texas without stopping for fuel at this point.
Nope, it's $1.83 at Wilcox at the TA. Is that where we stopped before and it didn't register? Or is that that was in
that was
Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just updated 2 minutes ago. So $1.83.
Cool. Dennis says San Simon is 209. Dennis, have you signed up for the
Fleet fuel?
Was it TSD Logistics? TSD Logistics. Have you signed up for that yet? It is well worth it. There's a link in the description of the video for it. I ought to put a link to the National Tire Concierge Service down there too. I didn't think about that. We need to make, I know we've said this for at least the last year, we need to make a page of all the things and services.
We like and use and support.
And nobody sponsors these, by the way.
Nope.
Oh yeah, true enough, Dennis. When we signed up, it took, I think, 2 to 4 weeks or so to get the card in the mail. So just be aware before you hit the road. You might want to give it a little bit of leeway.
Dennis said, okay, we're heading back to Northeast Texas in April.
Cool.
Coming up on Texas Canyon.
Oh, Michael Keefe just pinged about October.
Cool.
Not really in a position to read the whole email at this moment, but
Right. Well, I'm sure it's not time sensitive.
yeah. Looks like our internet's been holding up pretty good. I don't see anything, any huge drops in the upload speeds. Sorry, I'm a little quiet. I'm focusing on decisions between going back to the slow lane or staying in the fast lane. Or so far the traffic behind me is fairly light, so
I would
staying
just
over here
stay
and
in
taking
this lane
advantage.
because of the rest area traffic coming on.
Yeah, that too.
This is a fairly popular rest area for.
Yeah, the sightseeing is really good here.
A lot of people take a break and go out and climb on the rocks.
And evidently deface the rocks, which is unlawful.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. That was a lot of windows on that little van. Centrifuge.
Centrifugal systems, right?
Yeah, it's centrifuge on the side of it, and
It may have been for processing chemicals like uranium and such. There's a lot of centrifuge work in uranium enrichment. All right, go, Mr. Truck. I know you're eager. And now being nice is biting me. Oh, he's doing pretty good.
Mark says things are starting to look familiar.
Yep.
I don't know why.
So, Mark, wish you were here?
Was that a question or a statement? Wish you were here? Wish you were
It's a
here?
question. Do you, Mark, wish you were here?
Oh, somebody's gonna go see the thing.
He was in a hurry to get there.
Oh, look, they have an LED sign now.
Ooh.
The mystery of the desert. Oh, we're clean.
Okay.
We're sanitized. Mark says if I can get there in one piece and healthy, that's where I'd really like to be. You need to get like a compost toilet to put in the back of your van.
I was thinking porta potty, but hey, compost toilet.
Just make sure you put some curtains up. Or not, you know.
However you like to roll, yeah.
17 miles to Wilcox.
So did we decide, are we getting fuel there, or are
That's
we just
up
waiting?
to you. It's 183.
What is it in Lordsburg?
239.
Ouch.
Sorry, 229. Still not great.
What about El Paso? Okay.
173. So,
I think we'll hold off and just fuel up in El Paso then.
Okay. Well,
Next
I mean,
week.
it's next week, so it could change. But
Oh yeah, it's all subject to change, but
Mark would be getting off at 191.
yep. Which is coming up quick here in Wilcox.
Annie's Orchard is also in Wilcox. They've got fruit trees and pistachios and pecans. You can buy preserves and fresh pies, and during the season you can get fresh fruit and vegetables from their farmers market. And we've yet to go there, but they've got a really expansive Halloween harvest festival season with mazes and other things.
Tilted a little bit. Not too bad though.
Louis hasn't moved since we hit the road.
Sacked out.
Yeah.
He's an energy conserving kitty cat.
He is. Well, both cats are. It's
Oh yeah.
Fiona that's high energy.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Ooh, damn, dude. I thought he was going to overcorrect there for a second.
Yeah, I was watching him close on that.
Just sighed like
I don't know how well the landscape, like the actual dips and curves and stuff, come through on the video. It's fairly wide angle, so I'm wondering if it flattens all that stuff out, so it's tough to tell.
Wilcox is home to one of the original singing cowboys of Hollywood.
Oh yeah?
Rex Allen.
I do remember seeing that name, if I remember, on signs or billboards or something here.
There's also a cute little barbecue that is in a refurbished caboose.
Caboose.
When we were in Benson, I came down here to Annie's Orchard and got a bunch of stuff. Picked up barbecue. Took it back. It was pretty tasty. It wasn't Carolina barbecue, but
right.
Although I think we've had Texas barbecue, Carolina barbecue, and Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah, and out of all of it, I prefer Carolina barbecue.
Especially the sauce.
The vinegar-based sauce.
Vinegar-based sauce. I've gotten close to the recipe. I can't. What's the name? The hole in the wall place that was in Cary.
Backyard barbecue.
Backyard barbecue. Thank you. Yeah, their sauce was
really good.
Really, really good. Like, they should bottle it and sell it. This is also the exit for the Cochise Stronghold. The sign just said that's where the Apache. Sorry, I'm trying to get something from my dry mouth. The Apache chief of this area, the army came in and tried to run them off their property, and they hold
High Marks exit.
Highmark's exit. That's 331.
Yeah, but it's for 191 South.
Oh, I thought he meant exit 191. And they had them hold up, and I think it was well over a year. Or maybe that was the other stronghold in California. I don't know. But, yeah, just moved up in the mountains. And
Speaking of mountains, out ahead of us are the Chiricahuas. Right?
Dragoons.
Dragoons?
Yeah, the double-headed thing is Dos Cabeza.
Ah. So Chiricahuas are further south?
Over that ridge and
Oh, okay.
but over that way, that peak that has the stone face on it is Mount Graham, where the observatory is,
Oh, okay.
and it's 11,900 feet, I think. I think Portal is 9,000 and some change. Or maybe that's Silver Peak. There's a big wide dust devil over there.
Oh, yeah, I see it there, up close to the ground. I don't know if that comes through on camera at all.
If it does, it may just look like a puff of smoke.
Yep.
It's kind of dissipating. So Diane sent or posted a recipe on Facebook for apple pie tacos.
Interesting.
Yep. I told Julie it was a hint. Well, maybe it is the
I think-
Chiricahuas.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't realize Dos Cabeza was in the Chiricahuas. But I've been wrong before.
I think Rusty has stopped doing the potlucks,
Yeah,
which is probably for the wiser
Yeah.
for the pandemic side, but
yeah, getting colder and having to move them indoors and
yeah.
she made them without me. Oh, I'm heartbroken. Praline cheesecake?
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah. Well, even when
Everything,
she,
yeah.
she'd bring it into the hall and it's like, it didn't turn out very well, but yeah, if those are the flops.
You got to be careful though. Might need a main line of insulin to be able to eat some of them.
Yeah, like the lemon cheesecake with the blueberry topping.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I gotta stop talking about it.
Yep. Stop. Yeah, I'm not sure where Dragoons are.
I think they're back
Further
one.
south, or
I think they're between Benson now. That I'm thinking
okay.
about it.
So we probably passed them already.
Yeah. It's probably that range that you go through Texas Canyon. When it was just the 10 of us here most of the summer, had the Taco Tuesdays. That's good. Get a little bit of socially distanced camaraderie.
Man, oh man.
So,
Just, it looked like that guy was just flying. Now it doesn't look as much. Maybe he slowed down, but. Says we're going to arrive at 13:42 Mountain Daylight Time. which is an hour and 13 minutes away. And 83 miles left on this journey.
Tim said this was the most they've had here for October. Perhaps only 1 or 2 spots are not full.
Wow. That's good for them. I'm glad they're doing well.
Yeah, a lot of places haven't been that fortunate.
I'm glad they were able to get us in.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have had to take the car out of the...
Well, that or maybe we'd have just boondogged out at the site with the shed. Would not have been as comfortable as we're used to being.
We are spoiled.
We are a little spoiled. Coming into the illustrious Wilcox, Arizona. Illustrious.
With the worst Hardee's / Carl Jr.'s we've ever been at.
Oh man.
We've been there 3 times, and all 3 times it was just... I mean, you don't have high hopes for American fast food anyway. So that's
They messed up the order every time.
Every time.
There is a Tesla supercharger here, but it's at Holiday Inn Express, which means the hotel patrons tend to block the superchargers, and then get huffy when you let them know that it's actually against the law and there's a fine for doing so.
There's Annie's Country Store. Apple Annie's.
Nothing coming down the on-ramp?
Not that I can see. I can't really
Okay.
turn that well. You just missed apple pie. Text exit 344 and come back. Apple Annie's. Yeah, I think that's the one that's in the caboose, if I'm not mistaken, Dennis. I can't remember the name of it, so it could be. They had really good pulled pork. I think I may have to go back to my vegetarian ways, though. Meat is causing some physical distress when I eat it. Just kind of sits there and makes me very uncomfortable. I've read that people that have had Lyme disease or have Lyme disease have developed allergies to meat because there's something in...
Like you have an antibody against it now?
Yeah,
because
there's
of the
an
Lyme
antibody
disease?
or some sort of enzyme, something.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. M&M, it's, good late morning. We got a little late start too, so
Yeah, it's going well
okay
though.
that you slept in.
Going well. We have 78 miles left to Rusty's. About an hour and 10 minutes left on our drive here. Yeah, Dennis said that's the place. The place in the caboose.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. It's unfortunate. But they had really good pulled pork. There's a Dickie's now in Benson, and if you're in a pinch,
It's passable barbecue.
it's passable barbecue. They do have the North Carolina vinegar base though there.
Dennis says he's learning what not to eat. He had gallbladder removed last year.
Yeah, my gallbladder was taken out in 2001, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still times where something will get to me and I can't really pinpoint what it is because it's something I eat often and only,
It only happens once every now and then.
Yeah. M&M's leaving on Monday for Texas.
Yep. Yeah, the traffic hasn't been terrible. Between Tucson and Benson was surprisingly thick, but aside from that, everything else was as you would expect it. Vacant in the middle of nowhere, and Tucson and Phoenix were stacked up pretty thick, but otherwise it's
usually on this stretch we only really run into RVers and truckers. There's not a whole lot of backup of four-wheelers. Traffic lights aren't the only signs out here. California psychics. Big, huge billboard back there.
Okay.
It just seems
Out of place?
Yeah. I'm used to the psychic signs being like a little hand yard sale sign. And
Yep.
I don't think psychics should have to advertise. I think they
should just know.
They
where
should
their
just
business
send
is.
out the rays. You need to come
Yep.
here. I have a message for you.
Maybe they're psychic, but not telepathic.
Yeah, that's probably it.
M&M and the gang, how much fresh water do we usually travel with? We have a 90-gallon fresh tank, and if we're going on a 3 or 4 day jaunt, then we'll try to have that completely full. We also do full coach reverse osmosis, so we are always operating off of the fresh tank. So usually, I'll get a shower the morning before we leave, and then by the time we're ready to leave, it's replenished that into the fresh tank, so we have a full tank to go. This time was a little different in that we closed the gray tank early, which is where the wastewater from the RO system goes, and I've set up sensors so that when the gray tank is at about 90%, it stops RO production, and the gray tank hit that, so it stopped producing water. So by the time we left, we were only at 75% on the fresh tank, but that's still way more than we need for 2 days worth.
Yeah, we even ran the dishwasher twice.
Yep. So the short answer, we usually start off with a full tank, a full freshwater tank of 90 gallons, and an empty black and gray tank. And we have gone as long as 5 or 6 days without hookups. So if we know we're going to be going a long period of time, we can stretch out that fresh and gray and black capacity. Usually that's Navy showers where you turn it on, get wet, turn it off, soap up, turn it on, rinse off, turn it off, you're done.
Which is basically how I shower anyway, but...
Yeah, she's the queen of like insanely short showers. Me, having been in the Navy, I prefer my long showers. And it's... I don't know if this is the way for everybody else, but the shower is like the one place where my mind can relax and slow down and not be thinking of a million things at once. So I tend to linger there just to relax a bit.
And me, with the fibro, it's just exhausting, so I just get clean and leave. M&M wants to know how much water is rejected with an RO system.
So if you use one RO membrane, it's typically 3 gallons of waste for 1 gallon of fresh, which is quite a lot. But if we use 2 membranes where we put the waste of the first membrane into the input of the second one. So we end up producing 150 gallons a day as our max capacity. and that reduces our wastewater production to 1.5 gallons of waste for every gallon of fresh. So still not amazingly efficient for drought times, but way better than single membrane. Eminem and the gang, I actually did a live stream with David where we talked about the RO system. It's on David bought his YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, we go into quite a few details and show diagrams and that kind of stuff. Yeah, long hot showers. Yeah, I'm one of the modifications we've done to our shower to our RV this year was in about January time frame, and I put in a Moen U by Moen digital shower control. So I know that I personally prefer my morning showers at 105 degrees, and Lenan likes hers at about 112, if I remember right. Yep.
Yeah.
So if it's afternoon or something, then I tend to prefer cooler showers, so I'll go down to 103 or 102.
Eminem was live with you when you did that.
Oh, okay, cool. Hopefully you found the stream informative when we did that one. Oh, you did say you know how much water is rejected with an RO. Okay, my apologies. I thought you were asking. I misread that.
Oh, I missed that. I know. Sorry.
Oh, dialysis tech.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I remember from one of the other chats we were talking about
Yep.
Susie Yamasaki.
Safford exit 1 mile. Been there a few times.
Yep. Had to get stuff for the Astro Shed, and that's the closest Home Depot.
Yep. So if I remember right, on the sub we had the ability to do RO if we needed to, but it was low production rate. Man, now I'm trying to remember if we even had RO actually on board. So the submarine, we usually distill the water. The main plant could produce 10,000 gallons of distilled water per day, and then if that one broke down, it was down to like a 1.5 thousand gallon per day, if I remember right. And then we also had deionization capability, because the water that went into the reactor plant had to be deionized. So it'd go distilled, and that was what most of the boat used, and then the reactor plant used deionized distilled.
Kumo 81 says safe travels, and how was your stay in Vegas?
It was good. I mean, we didn't really get out and explore or do much because pandemic, but Vegas always feels comfortable to us, which is why we sold our site, so we would have more impetus to not be there. But
Yeah. We always find a way to just, woo, dang, dude.
yeah,
We always just find a way to end up back there. And it was good this time because I found a pain specialist, and
yep.
you know, we knew that we could get the amenities and the supplies that we wanted. We had takeaway a couple of times, which hadn't happened in several.
Yeah. Indian food delivered.
Yep. Sushi.
I think we did Texas de Brazil once.
We did once, and
but then they raised their prices.
They
like
raised
crazy.
their prices, and they stopped carrying for takeout the fillet and something else. So I guess you got to do what you got to do. They were mainly a buffet and all you can eat kind of service where the gauchos come by and bring you all the meats. But we just didn't feel that bang for the buck it was something we wanted to spend.
Yep.
5-star restaurant prices on kind of thing.
Yeah, him and the gang. David does give a lot of good info in his videos. That's how we came across him as well when he did his videos on the build of their coach. Had to back up DI system also. Good, yeah. Yeah, David and I actually both have DI systems also that we use when we're washing our vehicles. So it basically makes the water ultra pure, so there's no water spots, which is especially important on something like the coach, because you don't want to have to go dry the coach. That would be a bit tedious. I personally still do dry the car though whenever I wash it, but that's mostly intimate knowledge perspective. Like when you're drying it, you find any issues or boo-boos, or like I've got a little spot in the paint protection film on the hood where a rock kicked up and hit it. So that's the kind of stuff you find when you're drying a car. Not so much when you're washing one, surprisingly, or not, because when you're washing it, everything is sudsed up and it's harder to see those little blemishes. Yeah, we were there for 2 months, Kumo. And we had been in Montana for 2 months before that. And then here in Rodeo, where we're going now, we spent a couple of weeks there, I think it was. And then back to Vegas for the first part of the year. And then Phoenix, and we're all going backwards here. Then Phoenix, then Rodeo again. And then I don't remember. Was that Kentucky and Ohio? Before we went to Rodeo in the end of 2019?
Kentucky, Ohio, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs.
And then Rodeo, then Albuquerque, then back to Rodeo.
Oh yeah, Albuquerque.
Yeah, we spent 6 weeks in Albuquerque, I think. Like the last week of October and the first few days of December.
Yep.
We had friends from Pittsburgh come out he was doing an interview at Los Alamos, and so they were staying at a hotel in Santa Fe, and we decided to go up to Albuquerque because it had been a while since we had seen them. And that was a good couple of days.
Yeah, good hanging out with them, and we hadn't seen them in person for a long while, so had fun. And met up with David and Brenda in Albuquerque.
I see Granite Gap.
Oh, okay. Way out there still.
Granite Peak.
58 miles left today, 53 minutes on our drive. how often do you do maintenance on the roof? So our roof is actually fiberglass, so it's relatively speaking maintenance free, aside from checking for deterioration of any sealant around the edges or around roof penetrations. So really, from a roofing perspective, there's zero maintenance. But then, I'm up there every couple of months checking things, and
we also have solar up there.
Yeah, we also have, the whole roof is covered by solar. So if you want to see a picture of that, that's on our blog. If you search for Tesla on the blog, you'll find the post where I talked about installing the Tesla battery modules and all the solar. And it includes pictures of before and after the solar installation on the roof. But yeah, so every couple of months I'm up there just looking around, and if I find anything that's where the sealant has dried out and cracking or something, then I'll clean that up and reseal it. For the sealant, if it's on a level surface, then I do usually use lap seal. Lap seal is a floating sealant that kind of self-levels. The other thing I use a lot of is called Sikaflex. I use that for more where I want to maintain a certain amount over the whole area instead of letting it flow. So trying to think a good example. I used Sikaflex on the antennas I put up this last time while we were in Vegas, and I used it to seal a hole where I put penetrations through the roof cap for network cable and the antenna cables, and I used it on the rear cap for a network cable I put in up there. Honestly, I've had more issues with the roof on the car hauler than I have by far. Actually, we've had zero issues with the roof on the coach. The car hauler, though, I don't think the metal was cleaned well when they put the sealant on the car hauler. So we ended up having several leaks in the car hauler. So I ended up cleaning up a bunch of that stuff and putting down Sikaflex. Actually, I did use lap seal on the car hauler.
Kumo says, very cool, thanks for info, we'll check the Tesla vid.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think I did a video on the Tesla, but it's a blog post with lots of pictures. Did I say video?
You said go to the blog and search Tesla.
Okay. Yeah. I don't do a lot of video production. I hate editing videos with a passion. Mostly because I don't do it often enough that I don't get the muscle memory of the keyboard shortcuts and such. Maybe I know I need to start doing more of that, but I do pretty detailed blog posts with lots of pictures.
Well, I mean, we do the one and done take for videos, so that what that means for us is that there are never any bloopers.
Or if they are, they're just part of the video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't get the joy and comfort just to watch the blooper reel, and you have to sit through all of the tedium to get to our bloopers.
Yep.
Hey, baby girl.
Did we post the video that we did of the tour of the astronomy shed?
Probably not, because my camera skills were...
We'll probably have to do another take of that while we're here.
That's why I said you could just set up a camera out there with a tripod and do the tour, because my new phone, I was trying to take a picture yesterday that said violent shaking will affect the blur.
Yeah.
It's not violent, that's just how I roll.
Eminem and the gang, yes, it's actually a really nice travel day, and there's really not much wind to speak of, which is surprising. Occasionally, a little gust will hit, but most of the time it's really calm. Still really liking the new tires. We got new tires while we were in Las Vegas, and we changed from the Michelin XZA Energy 2 or Energy XZA2, I don't know, something along those lines. This time for the replacement, we bought BF Goodrich ST230 at the recommendation of the guy from National Tire Concierge Service. Not only were they cheaper, but they run quieter and smoother. So we've really noticed that on this being our first trip with them, that everything is much quieter in the coach, a lot less vibration and harshness.
The other thing we got when we were in Las Vegas, you bought more batteries, more battery packs.
Yeah, I wasn't really going to go into detail on that.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Shh. I didn't say anything.
I was, since you mentioned it.
Sorry.
Thanks. Anyway, so we run Tesla battery modules, thus the reason I said to mention, or to look for Tesla on our blog post. Shortly after we got the Tesla modules, there was a glitch in the Magnum inverter settings. I don't know if there was noise on the line that caused a hiccup in the communications and caused it to reset some of the settings, but basically it had set the low voltage cutoff down to like 0 volts, and then it set the shore power limit to 0 amps. So it was using the batteries to supply the entire coach, and the protection wasn't in place to prevent it from over discharging the batteries. So we noticed it when the lights, the DC lights in the coach, started dimming and flickering and doing weird things. So I chased it down pretty quickly and got things taken care of, but the batteries, which are not supposed to go below 18.2 volts, were all the way down to 9 volts. So anytime you over discharge, you do permanent damage to the structure inside the batteries, which limits their lifespan and capacity after that. So while we were here in Vegas this time, I ordered a new batch of Tesla modules, just to be sure I had full capacity. So right now I have an extra set of batteries that appear to be working just fine, but they've been over discharged really harshly at least once. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting the set of batteries from the coach in the car hauler, and taking the car hauler batteries, which have been protected properly the whole time, and put those in the coach in addition to the ones we have now. So we're going to end up having 40 kilowatt hours of battery capacity in the coach.
I thought we were putting the
I don't know.
ones that were over discharged in the shed.
Well, the shed only has 2 modules, and we have 4 of the over discharged ones. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. It's not quite sure what we're going to do.
Hey Dante, welcome,
welcome
to the show. We're almost done.
Yep, welcome back, Dante. We have 43 minutes left and 46 miles to go.
And Paul, it varies, like with the tires, truckers use the mileage, but with RVers, the tires age out before,
Yeah.
so they look pristine. But
Well, if you take care of them, they look pristine.
yeah, okay, so if you take care of them, they look pristine.
Yeah, so the general recommendation for RVers is 5 to 7 years to do tire replacements. There's still going to be plenty of tread left, but they're past that age, they tend to be damaged from dry rot, and so you run the much higher risk of blowouts. And when we did the tires in Las Vegas this time, we had thought we were going to be going to Kentucky, so all the way across country, and Kentucky doesn't really have a lot of infrastructure for tire replacements and stuff like that for big vehicles. So at that point, I thought it was best to get the tires done before we headed across. They were about 6 years old, the tires we had on. So
Kumo said they went to the site, search bookmark Tesla blog. Holy moly, you got an array up on the roof.
Yeah. Yes, we do. It's 18 100-watt panels on the roof on the coach, and then 6 315-watt panels, I think it is, on the roof of the car hauler. So we actually have more solar output on the car hauler than we do the coach. And then both the coach and the car hauler have 20 kilowatt hours of battery capacity, and both have two 4,000 watt inverters as well, but the inverters are different models. The one on the coach, the ones I used on the coach are hybrid inverters, so it allows me to supplement shore power with the batteries, so I can limit how much shore power I use, which forces the use of the batteries, which allows use of the solar that's being produced. So the solar capacity is not just wasted all the time. It actually supplements in with shore power to run the coach. The ones in the car hauler, since the car hauler doesn't get plugged in really ever, I went with the PAE model, which are not hybrid. They're either fully inverting or fully on shore power, but the PAE models also support or output 240 volts all the time, no matter what input voltage is or what, if you're inverting or on shore power. So that I did that because my intention was to be able to run the coach off of the car hauler if I want to, but also to be able to charge the Tesla off of the car hauler. So that lets me guarantee that I'll be able to do that if I have the 240 volt output.
Dante, do we do meet and greet? We've not in the past, and 2020 rules.
Yeah, the pandemic really isn't holding out for that, but I mean, we have met people that follow us before,
right?
But we've not done
never
any
had
official
like
meet and greet.
Yeah. We're not really opposed to it. It's just like right now, the whole. But we're kind of hermits by nature, so there's that. Yeah. Eminem would like to know, what brand of tires did we buy?
We bought BF Goodrich ST230. S is in Sierra, T is in Tango, 230. We got all 8 tires on the coach, which are 315/80 R22.5. That's the size tires that we run, and we got all 8 tires mounted, balanced, new valve stems, and new valve stem extenders for the dual axle or the dual tires. All of that out the door was $6,037, and that's through the National Tire Concierge Service. That service is basically a buy-in fleet price system. So the couple that runs it, I think the husband used to do fleet services for a trucking company, and when he retired from that, he realized that there was a need for that type of cost savings for RVers and regular people. So he started a fleet company that you can buy in to as an individual. So it's $90 to buy into it, and then you get fleet pricing on tires, and it includes some roadside service and other benefits as well. But the tires alone, if I'd gone with the Michelins direct through Ted Weems in Las Vegas, it would have been about another $2,000, maybe $2,400 if I'm remembering right. So it was quite the savings for that $90 buy-in.
Kumo says, would be nice if they're able to make solar panels like car wraps.
They're actually working on stuff like that. They do have flexible solar panels.
Keep left to stay on I-10 East.
They do have flexible solar panels, but they're not quite that flexible yet. And then they're also working on solar panels being embedded in the glass that are still transparent, so you can still see through them. The problem with vehicles, most vehicles, The problem with most vehicles, like four-wheel vehicles, cars and trucks, is there's really not enough surface area to give tremendous benefit. Solar panel efficiency for most panels is in the 17-18%. Some of the more expensive ones are up in the 20-21% efficient. But when you consider that full direct sunlight is rated at about, well, the solar panels are tested at 1,000 watts of energy per meter squared. And then that 17 to 21% is times that 1,000 watts per meter squared. So when you do the math on the actual surface area of a regular vehicle, there's really not a lot of production there. Maybe when they get a lot more efficient, which they are, there are breakthroughs all the time in efficiency that haven't made it down to production levels yet, but it may be much more viable once that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dante, pandemic being over soon would be really great, but we're not really holding our breath.
Yeah. I don't think anything is going to go back to like it was in 2019.
I think masks are here to stay for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Vaccines, it's going to be tough to get the quantity that people will expect.
Yeah.
And the vaccine's efficacy duration is likely to be in the 3 to 4 month range, like the antibodies from people who survive the COVID infection. Any of that subject to change, right? I mean,
right.
There could be a breakthrough that gives lifetime immunity or something, but at this point, I don't think that's a realistic expectation. So even with vaccines, you're likely looking at quarterly injections just to maintain immunity to it.
And that's not counting if it has mutations and
right. Yeah, mutations and yeah. It's going to be.
This guy is
I see him.
probably going to be
I'm sure he is.
idiot.
So four-wheelers don't really think about how much weight it is in a coach like this and the stopping distance required. So they do silly things like squeeze in between two big vehicles.
Yeah, when they've got no business doing that. Yeah, they just don't take into consideration how far it takes for something this big to stop.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we're 57,000 pounds. The best brakes in the world aren't going to bring that to a stop in a distance that would save that guy's life if something happened.
I'm going to mute myself and give Rusty a call.
Okay. Everything okay?
Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure what site we're on. And can we just go right back to it? Do we have to?
So we have 33 minutes left and 33 miles left on our travels today. Although it looks like we may not be broadcasting. I don't know, maybe we are. Maybe it's just audio.
Hey Tom, it's Lynn Ann. We're on our way in. We're just about to get to the exit. Do you know what site we're supposed to be on? Okay. So we just go straight back there, or do you want us to stop at the office? Okay. Well, I think if
sounds like we're still on site 24.
Okay, great. All right. Well, we'll see. Yeah, thanks. Okay, we'll see you. Bye.
Eminem and the gang. Yeah, driving a coach, it really makes you aware of how silly people are. And gives you a lot of respect for other big vehicles on the road. We always, even historically, we've always tried to be very courteous to trucks and big vehicles, but
That's how they. I'm not even on. Tom said turn right at the horse statue is the easiest, widest road to get to the site.
really?
Yeah, because we're on 24. Okay. I'm back.
Oh, yeah, okay. For some reason, I was thinking 24 was angled the same way as 31 and 32, but it's not. It's counter-angled.
Yeah, I don't know, Dennis. I just spoke with Tom, and he said we're still on 24. So maybe another astronomer came in that likes that site or is coming in.
Yeah, she may have it reserved, and that's fine.
Yeah. That just means out the front window I get to see the Chiricahuas.
Yeah, true.
Yay! Hey.
And we get the evening sun in the windshield instead of the morning sun.
Yeah, Kumo, I agree. There's going to be a lot of when I was younger and that kind of.
Welcome to New Mexico.
Woo! We're in New Mexico. Yeah, it's. I feel like I'm either giving away my age or I'm just adapting. That the resilience, the self-reliance. Just it. In the last 20 years, it just doesn't seem, like people, like they panic bought toilet paper, and like nobody's thinking it through, no common sense kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're worried about the wrong thing and overreacting about the wrong thing. So.
I mean, arguably there was an increased need in personal toilet paper supply,
Yeah,
but you didn't have to buy a garage full of it.
Like the kids.
Tennessee.
From Tennessee, they had storage units full of rice water and toilet paper.
And then tried to sell it at a markup on eBay or Amazon, and whichever one it was, they got blocked, so they ended up having to donate it.
Yeah. Oh, I think when CNN picked it up and called them out on their.
Yeah, probably didn't help their cause. So I'll be curious to see how the internet handles while we're driving down into Rodeo. Usually that stretch, once you pass through Granite Gap, it drops off to nothing for a while, but maybe the antennas will give us a little bit of signal to maintain something.
Talking about COVID, now when we're watching TV shows, it doesn't matter how old they are, and they start hugging or shaking hands.
Yeah,
it's like,
super jarring,
COVID.
yeah. like
what are you doing? Back up. We were watching Repair Shop night before last, and it was like season 4, season 5, so it was a while ago. But Susie hugged one of the gentlemen.
Well, he gave her a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, he gave her a kiss on the cheek for she fixed something for him, and Michael and I, the first thing was COVID. What are you doing? So.
I mean, partly in jest. I mean, we realize the timing, and it's not.
It's still new stuff. Still is like, what are you thinking?
Speaking of new stuff, Star Trek Discovery Season 3 starts, I think, the end of this week.
I think it's the 15th. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds right. Super excited about that.
Take exit 5 for New Mexico 80 South toward Road 4.
Rich and Sue, back from winterizing the coach. 6-volt battery maintenance. Miss anything? Everything.
Yeah.
We cured cancer. We
cured COVID.
We cured. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Okay. Anyway, we all know that's not true, but no, just pretty countryside and here in the desert Southwest.
I don't know, when we come around this corner, if you can see the straightaway of I-10 going across the desert. It's a little to the left. It's to the, you'll see the line of traffic, and then to the left of that is the railway. And there have been trains that come through here that are a mile like a mile long.
Oh, multiple miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you lose count of the cars.
We're getting ready to get off the interstate, which is why I'm not moving over.
All hail turtle herding. All hail Jay.
Oh,
Half a
Jay,
mile,
can you
hit exit
see?
5 for New Mexico 80 south toward Road Forks.
We need to watch the second installment. We watched the first Men in Black a couple weeks ago in 4K HDR.
Yep.
That's my new thing.
We also watched the last one, right?
Not recently, but we have
Exit
seen
5,
it.
then merge onto New Mexico
The one
80
with
south.
Chris Hemsworth and the Valkyrie, which I cannot remember her name right now. Oh. Rich and Sue, after Rodeo, we're heading to Central Texas.
Yeah, just outside Fredericksburg.
I don't know, is that still Central? Texas
I don't
is
know.
so
South
big.
Central, big Texas. I don't know.
Pete says, sorry I'm late. Just got back from driving in rainy weather in mountains. Ooh. Kind of scary.
Continue on New Mexico 80 south for 23 miles.
Welcome, Pete. So we're just turning on the New Mexico 80 south, heading down towards Rodeo off of I-10. We have 24 miles, it seems, to go on this. And the cellular signal will likely get super spotty once we go through Granite Gap. So we'll see how the new antennas hold up, if it allows us to keep connectivity.
Oh.
Okay, this road is...
It changes over right here. Looks like the police have somebody pulled over too. Right before the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, Demolition Man. That was a good movie.
And Taco Bell is the only restaurant.
Yep. And if you swear, you're fined for a violation of the verbal morality clause.
Yeah. Did anybody ever figure out what the seashells do?
I don't know how the seashells work. No, I never got that figured out. Oh, looks like we're having some customs enforcement or border patrol activity.
Border patrol activity.
Yep, border patrol and state trooper.
Oh, Rich wants to know if we looked at the vibrating antenna. No, we're going to do that when we get here. Petro it's safe enough. It's just not the type of place we want to jump up on the roof and do things.
We did not opt to have the inbuilt ladder on the coach. So I have a telescoping ladder, which is easy enough to get out and get set up and everything, but it just draws attention. And anytime you're at a truck stop, when you're an RVer in general, you draw attention anyway. Not a lot of truckers are not appreciative of RVers taking their overnight spots, even because they think we're just staying there for shits and giggles, I guess. So yeah, we try to not invite much attention.
Eminem, The Hunt for Red October is one of our favorites too.
Yep.
Before we got to Montana, we watched Hunter Killer, and with Jerry Butler.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a really good movie. And Michael, somebody asked if we had seen it, and I was like, yeah, it was really good. We liked it. And Michael was like, I don't remember watching that. And we rewatched it, but he got about 10 minutes into it and he remembered it.
Yep.
So Michael is very, I would think, scattered. He has 1,000 things going on all the time. So unless he's sitting down and in a movie theater type of situation and he's
Even
not
then.
distracted.
No, even then, it
Even
doesn't
then.
guarantee I'm going to
Yeah.
remember it.
And so he gets distracted, and he misses significant portions of things.
Well, mostly I just have, from my perspective, I feel like I have a selective memory. I only remember the things that are important to me, and movies and stuff like that. Like, after I start watching it, it'll start coming back, but in general, I don't remember that stuff 100%.
Yeah, selective memory is a good. I wasn't going to say it, but since you did.
U571, yeah, that was a good movie too. Rich and Sue, Walmart as much as possible. Yeah, Walmart has really started cutting back on allowing RVers to stay. It used to be only like 15 to 30% did not allow RVers. Now only like 50% allow RVers.
And we're finding that the newer built ones have like a maze in the parking lot to
they
keep
make it
anything
basically impossible to get
anything
into.
bigger than a large pickup truck just can't maneuver those.
Yep. Kumo, thanks for the stream and good info. Have a great time in New Mexico. Stay healthy. Thank you very much. And
You do
thanks
the
for
same. Stay
checking in
healthy.
with us. Yep. Definitely stay healthy out there.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay 6 feet away from me. I told Michael I
Or
want
more.
one of those the inflatable balls that you put your body in, you can roll down a hill and whatnot. I want one of those just to go to the grocery store. Just that's my but I've always wanted one of those. It's the one good thing from an introvert's perspective at COVID is that I have a mask on, so I don't have to smile at strangers, and you have to stay away from me. Those are win-wins. Is Michael left-handed? No, Michael is right-handed. I am left-handed.
Yep. I'm glad the road smoothed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like I'll have to do a bug cleanup on the front of the coach.
Yeah, and we need to check out those cracks, especially that new one is.
Yeah. I'm gonna end up trying to patch that while we're here.
Yeah, the new one is not giving me a whole lot of warm
Comfort.
fuzzies.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I just heard like a little. And
Well,
then-
it may not have even been that. 'Cause
no, I
think
mean it
that's been
wasn't there for a second. That long one wasn't.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
I thought it was there when I cleaned the windshield yesterday.
No,
Anyway,
I was
we have
looking
some,
towards the camera and I heard the little pick of a gravel
Okay.
and then saw it. Just
And we have 2 rock chips that are relatively new, so I'm going to try to get those
yeah, we
treated while we're
carry
here.
what's it called? It's like bullseye
It's-
repair.
Yeah,
kit.
windshield repair kit.
We try to keep at least one of those on hand. Even if it, hello, sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, no.
Even if it doesn't fix it 100% where you can still see it, it helps.
It just helps keep it from spreading. more.
Spreading.
That's the main objective.
Yep, because windshields ain't cheap.
Luckily for us, though, we have Florida insurance, which includes
Yay!
a free windshield.
John said he's taking a break from yard work now. I need some entertainment. Yeah, we're coming to a close on the feed. We're about to, 20 miles?
Yeah, 17 miles, 18 minutes. And Rich and Sue, anything new coming up with David and I? Double streaming was awesome. Well, I'm glad you liked it. We definitely intend on doing more. We don't have anything specific planned at this moment. But yeah, I would say within the next couple of weeks we'll probably do another stream.
And we keep saying this, but we really should do like a fireside chat a couple times a month and just like you guys put some questions out there and we'll chat about some stuff.
At least a song. Yeah. I think it might be songed out for right now. Sorry.
You missed it. Michael did sing the Beverly Hillbillies theme song.
Yeah, I did.
I can dance while you sing. I'm not drunk enough to dance.
And there's a lot of pain build up. So.
Yeah, there is a lot of pain. Yesterday was a rough day, and then we hit.
Benson.
Benson? Was that Benson? Yeah.
2 miles of rough road going across
So
Benson.
my low spine, a third of my spine, the low back, I have degenerative disc disease. And 5 years ago, it was just the L3 that had shown a lot of significant deterioration. And now it's like L2 to all the way down to the coccyx. So the pain is the nerve is in between the vertebrae, and so when there's a lot of bouncing or movement or whatever, the nerve just gets pinched, and it's like Morse code, but it's really burning fast, stabbing pain kind of thing in jolts. And so when it takes me by surprise, it makes it.
It definitely gets her attention.
Yeah, it gets my attention. Phone chat, make it happen. Go for surgery, you can be the new bionic superwoman. Yeah, I'm a little leery of surgery at this stage. Like, I've found treatments that help significantly.
Like
So,
the RF nerve
the
ablation.
RF nerve, it's just, yeah, it's not, we're not out to the, I just had it done. So the full efficacy hasn't really, we're not really sure where it's going to level out at. I'm just wary of having any kind of major surgery when minor things will help, because I've had friends that had major back surgery to fix something and it made it worse.
Yep.
Granted, it wasn't the same that I have, the same problems, but it's just something I want to have, like an ace in the hole kind of thing.
Or it's the only option.
Yeah,
If it's the only option, then we get it. But
I did get a nice nap with this one though. The last one that I had, when I had the regular nerve blocks, they didn't give me any kind of local, so I had to lie completely still while they put the needles in my back. It wasn't until the last one that I found out that was an option.
yeah,
So
that she could get a local
I
anesthetic.
could get a local and relax, because it's really hard to stay still when you're already in pain and then they're putting needles in your back. And I hate needles. But this last one was 6 injections, 3 stacked, 1 on each side. And I got Demerol or fentanyl. I got fentanyl at the very beginning. And then when they put me under completely, I got propofol. So I got to fell asleep up in the
recovery room.
room. Of course, Michael couldn't go in with me.
Yep.
So.
And here's Granite Gap.
This is my favorite view through it's hazy, but it's still beautiful.
We'll see how the signal holds up now.
Yeah.
It's already starting to degrade, it looks like. Yep.
John says maybe while it's stargazing location, you can close to the stars and an alien will heal you. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Technology. I think aliens lock their door when they go by the Earth, though. I think
We're like the trailer part
Yeah,
of the universe.
we're the sketchy part of town. They probably look at us and go, "Look what they do to each other. We're not showing up."
Yep. Thanks, Dennis. Yep, we'll see you shortly.
Dead spot coming up.
Oh, hey, actually it recovered a little bit.
Did
so.
it? Okay, cool. So if there weren't all the haze, you could see through Cave Creek, through the canyon. A little flickering you can maybe see is the town of Portal, which is a super cute little community. Very liberal arts, kind of. A lot of retired professors and astronomers.
Yep. See a dust devil off in the distance.
Yeah. Rodeo is more of like the cowboy rancher conservative side, and Portal is more of the liberal arts, writers, artisans. Eminem says starting to buffer. Rich and Sue tripped, fell downstairs a few years ago, broke her back. Feel your pain, wish you well. I hate that for Sue. Back pain is like the worst thing ever. I just,
Hey, Ashley. Welcome to the stream.
That's Mitchell. This is what up, M.
Oh, okay. Mitchell. Yeah, so we're about 11 miles from our destination, and the cellular coverage is going to get really bad here, so
Yep.
we may drop out at any moment. We've got 12 minutes left according to Google on the drive. Yep, we'll do, Mark. If we actually see anyone, we'll definitely pass along your hi ho.
Howdy hoes.
Earth is just a fuel stop. Yeah, no kidding. Looks like we do have some signal and we're still broadcasting, so I'm surprised. We'll see how it holds up here. So Mitchell, I heard you got to install the security cameras for Pop the other day. And hi to Dennis as well. Yeah, you're actually saying hi to him right now. He's been in chat, Mark. I probably will see at least Tim or Bob, maybe Tom. I don't know. I left some stuff with them, and I think I may have left one part that I actually need, so I'm gonna have to see if they still have it. Eminem and the gang. Yep, thanks very much for stopping in, Rich and Sue. If we lose you, take care, have fun. We'll watch the next trip. Yep, sounds good.
Next trip will be next Saturday.
Yep, Saturday morning we'll be heading the road. Actually, maybe Friday. I have Friday off.
Oh, do you?
Yep. I think there's another R in there.
R-R-O-U-S, maybe.
Torture. I think it's U-R-O-U-S. I don't know.
Just say sucky.
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. I'm guessing you have to crawl on your belly. It's not very tall.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very tall attic. And it's actually, like if it were slither the whole way, that'd be one thing. But I'm betting it's just tall enough that it's in between. Like, you can't really be sitting on your butt working on stuff, but you have more room than crawling, so it's no fun. All right, see you, bro. Looks like we have a little bit of signal creeping back in.
I really dislike that red one on these phones. I wish there was a way to just not have that.
Oh.
It's distracting.
Yeah. It kind of blends in too much sometimes. Like, it doesn't...
Well, because it's darker. It's just, like right now it's like 2:30. That can't be right. It says 12:30 on my phone. So.
Yeah. I think it's actually... Yeah, it's 1:30.
Oh,
now.
my phone hasn't picked up yet?
Yep.
Okay.
This just switched. But since we've been in New Mexico, we shifted an hour. Hey, looks like we're still broadcasting. Had a little drop off there for a minute. Hey Dennis, yeah, it is pretty amazing that we're maintaining signal. Looks like we only have 1 or 2 modems that are maintaining the link right now, but I'm not sure which ones. I can't look close enough to tell for sure. I'm guessing maybe Verizon or AT&T though, but I can't tell which.
Too much haze, I can't see the tower. Usually between the power lines,
yeah.
I can see like a little bit of glimmer and glint, but we get stopped. I gotta feed the onesies.
Yep.
Baby's gotta eat.
3.2 miles left, 4 minutes.
Dennis says they have the gate at the entrance closed these days, so be sure to stop.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try not to run through it. I guess they got it fixed. Last time we were here, it was open. The time before that, it was closed, so.
Well, and there was one time I went to the grocery store at 7 in the morning, and it was locked for some reason. It wouldn't let me out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tim came out in his pajama bottoms and opened it up for me.
I was not aware of that one.
Yeah. It's like I left at 6:30 in the morning to go get groceries. And
Yep. 2.5 miles to our destination. Well, 1.9 to the turn onto,
RV Way.
well, it says Estrella Parkway, so it's actually a little less than that.
I see the trees.
Yep. Here in another half mile to mile, we'll be able to see the Astro Shed door.
It's a white door and there's a blue roof.
I don't think it'll show up on video at all.
Yeah. Especially not with the haze.
But yeah.
Dennis says it keeps out the riffraff.
Yep.
They're letting us in, so I don't know how well it's working.
Yep, I see the roof.
Yep.
Our little Astro Shed off to the side.
A little bit of sheen.
And the white doors coming through now.
Well, guys, thanks so much for coming along. We appreciate you.
Yep, we're gonna.
I hope we were.
I mean, I'll keep the stream running until we get
Yeah.
parked. So.
I'm just gonna mute my mic here in a minute.
Okay.
So thank y'all, and we'll see you next time.
I see Dennis's coach. I see Bob's. Man, they are full. They got a lot of. That's unfortunate. So I know the gate is on a timer. Once it opens, it only stays open for a specified period. So now that it's opening for this guy.
Take the next right onto Estrella Parkway.
I don't know who that is.
No, I don't recognize it, but with a full park, it's no real surprise that we don't know somebody. I wonder if that's Bob driving up there.
I think it is.
He's usually the one with the blue. Oh, it might be Tom.
No, it's Bob.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the left.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's. Everybody hold your breath. Oh wait, they can't hear me. Never mind. How are you on the?
I'm watching the trailer awful close. Yep, we're making it.
Okay. I guess Bob knows.
Whew. Bob knows I
In
know how to
1,000
drive,
feet, your
thankfully.
destination will be on the left.
Hey, it looks like we're still streaming.
All right, baby girl.
Oh.
I know. I'll take you in just a second.
Hey, thanks Eminem and the gang. Yep, made it and gonna get parked here in just a moment. Thanks for sticking around with us. Dennis, it may have. I'm actually seeing like 3 or 4 modems having data right now, so we might be on AT&T as one of those feeds. We actually have 2 AT&T modems, 2 Verizon modems, and a T-Mobile modem going right now. But I'm not sure what combination is actually running things.
This way will be better. I can open up the blind in the morning and not have to worry about the full sun from the sunrise. So I
Yep.
can sit up here and have some tea.
Ooh, she's dusty.
Just a second. I can't take you out to the stop.
Welcome home.
Hell yeah.
Got a little bit of rain wash here. Move your foot. Move Fiona. Oh.
Sorry, Nim. Sorry, Nim.
How's it look? He was worried about the steps. What's that? Maybe 1.5 feet, 18 inches, maybe 2 feet. Okay, we're gonna try it here. Yep, looks good. I'm gonna level us. All right, everybody. Surprisingly, we maintained some semblance of service. Thank you, sir.
So I went on your camera a couple of times.
Oh yeah?
I saw that small car pulling 5 kayaks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
Phew. Oh yeah. Yeah, I added a few. We're leveling now. Then we'll throw the slides out and then we'll shut the engine down.
Cool.
Yep. Man, I
Got about 4 inches there, so.
okay. I was worried about that post there on the turn.
That probably wasn't here last time you were here.
May not have been. I swung real wide as I could.
Yeah, well, you missed. The wind was moving it like this.
Oh yeah.
You probably missed it by an inch.
Well, hell, an
I
inch.
kept looking, and I figured, well, you were looking in the mirror or something.
Yep. Yeah, I was using the mirror to check it out. It was close.
Well, I put about 8 signs up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We got street names now. Now I gotta remember what they are.
We'll see you later. Thanks, Bob. Well, most people don't know what they are. We've been in Las Vegas. We were asked about 6 or 8 times in 4 weeks what they were. And then when people found out they were cellular antennas, they wanted to know the model number so they could get 1 or 2. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it'd probably help a lot. Okay, we're level. Time to push slides out. Okay, everybody. Anybody still watching? We will see you in a week. We're going to be going live. Don't know if we're leaving Friday or Saturday. I think it depends on how much I get done here. So we'll post about it before we head out. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. Bye-bye.